What is a balanced chemical reaction? A balanced chemical reaction is one in which the molecules on the left hand side and the right hand side, so the compounds on the left hand side and the right hand side, all of them have the same ones, have an equal number of atoms, both on the LHS and on the RHS. Let us see a few examples of balanced chemical equations. So if I have nitrogen and hydrogen reacting to give me ammonia, if you see on the left hand side there are two atoms of nitrogen, two atoms of hydrogen. On the right hand side, one atom of nitrogen, three atoms of hydrogen. So let's take it one by one. First, let's see, there are two hydrogens on the LHS, there are three hydrogens on the RHS. What is the common factor between 2 and 3? 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6. So if I make the stoichiometric coefficient of hydrogen 3 and the stoichiometric coefficient of nitrogen of the hydrogen here 2, 3 into 2 6, 2 into 3 6. So hydrogen gets balanced if I consider 2 into 3 stoichiometric coefficient here and 3 into 2 stoichiometric coefficient here. In that process, nitrogen automatically gets balanced because once you juggle this for hydrogen, we have two nitrogens here and two nitrogens here. So it stands balanced with two nitrogens on the LHS and the RHS respectively, 6 hydrogens on the LHS and the RHS respectively. Second question, Al plus CuCl2, aluminium plus copper chloride, giving me aluminium chloride plus copper. So I have three coppers here, I have a single copper here. So the temptation, so if I make it I have three chlorines here, I have two chlorines here. Once again, the the idea is to make it 6 chlorines on both the sides. So having the stoichiometric coefficient 3 here makes it 6 chlorines, having the stoichiometric coefficient 2 here makes it 6 chlorines. In the attempt to balance my chlorines, I have made it 2 aluminiums, so 2 Al comes over here, and now that chlorine and aluminum is balanced, what is left is copper. So 3 coppers and 3 coppers. Since for 6 chlorines I made it 3 coppers here, I also have to adjust it to 3 coppers there. So eventually I have 2 aluminiums on the LHS and the RHS respectively. I have 6 chlorines on the LHS and the RHS respectively, and I have 3 coppers. The third one, aluminium plus sulfuric acid, giving me Al2SO4 thrice plus H2. 3 sulfates, so I can on the RHS, so I can straight away make it 3 as a stoichiometric coefficient, implying 3 sulfates on the LHS too. There are 2 aluminiums on the RHS, so I can make it 2 aluminiums as the stoichiometric coefficient on the LHS. And in the attempt to make it 3 sulfates, I have made 3 into 2 6 hydrogens on the LHS, so that can be compensated by adding the stoichiometric coefficient of 3 on the RHS. So now I have 2 aluminiums on the LHS and the RHS respectively, 3 sulfates on the LHS and the RHS respectively, 3 hydrogens. Similarly, zinc plus AgNO3, zinc nitrate plus Ag. There are 2 nitrates, so I have to make it 2 nitrates with the stoichiometric coefficient of the LHS. That makes it 2 silvers, so I can compensate it with 2 silvers on the RHS. So now on the LHS and the RHS, I have 1 zinc, I have 2 nitrates, and I have 2 silvers respectively. H2H2O7, which is oleum, which is one of the compounds used in the manufacture of dilute sulfuric acid. Oleum plus water giving me sulfuric acid. If you see, 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens, 2 sulfurs, and 7 plus 1, 8 oxygens on the LHS, which is exactly a multiple of 2. If you multiply H2SO4 on the right hand side with 2, it becomes compensated. So the moment you have a stoichiometric coefficient of 2, the RHS also becomes 4 hydrogens, 4 sulfurs, or rather 2 sulfurs, and 2 into 4, 8 oxygens, which is exactly what is the addition of these individual atoms on the LHS. In the sixth example, Ag plus HCl gives me AgCl plus H2. Ag and Cl is no problem actually on the LHS and the RHS. Hydrogen is a problem. 1 hydrogen and 2 hydrogens on the RHS. So a stoichiometric coefficient of 2 hydrogens in the LHS helps me go ahead. That makes it 2 chlorines. So I have to also add 2 for the AgCl to imply 2 chlorines in the RHS. Now in the attempt to balance hydrogens 2 and 2 and chlorines as 2 and 2, I have made AgS2 on the RHS, so that AgS2 made 2 on the LHS. Finally, I have 2 silvers on both sides, 2 chlorines on both sides, and I have 2 hydrogens on both sides. KClO3, which is potassium chlorate, upon thermal decomposition in presence of heat, gives me KCl and O2. So once again, oxygen 3 and 2, let's make it 6 with a stoichiometric coefficient of 2 for KClO3, stoichiometric coefficient of 3 for O2. And for KCl, on the LHS, since we have made it 2 KClO3 to make it 6 oxygens, and now I have 2 potassiums, make it 2 potassiums in the RHS. Now I have 2 potassiums on both sides, 2 chlorines on both sides, and 6 oxygens on both sides. Lastly, sulfuric acid plus hydrogen sulfide gives me sulfur plus water. S is actually no problem. Hydrogen is also no problem. Oxygen is a problem with 2 oxygens on one side and 1 oxygen on the other side. So what I could do is I could have this O2 reflected here with stoichiometric coefficient of 2 for the H2O. Now I suddenly have 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. So I can reflect it before the hydrogen sulfide with 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. And now in the attempt to balance oxygen and hydrogen, I have 2 sulfurs and 1 sulfur, 3 sulfurs on the LHS. So we make it 3 sulfurs on the RHS. This was an attempt to balance and explain the balancing of these specific 8 examples.